Hello friends, once again welcome back. In the last lecture we were discussing about unit number 4. In that we have gone through preliminary point, that is Faraday's law, translational and motional EMF. Now along with that a displacement current. This is the second point. Now see, this is completely theoretical bit which I can explain that this is the second Maxwell's equation where I will give you the overview what is this displacement current and what this is the major contribution of Maxwell's. I usually say that introduction of JD bar is the major contribution of Maxwell's, and this JD is called as a displacement current density. The displacement current is represented by ID. See, one question can also be formed: what is displacement current and how it is important in the time varying field. So this question you have also written in the assignment number 1, that is which depends on unit number 4. You just go through this displacement current. This is also a completely theoretical bit. You need to understand, important also and theoretical also. I guess last year or last year even this question was asked. So I will go to this time varying field Maxwell's equation in point form and integral form. This I will cover first of all in this lecture, and then we'll go for power and Poynting theorem. So right now this displacement current is important in the examination point of view. One more point I will cover, power and Poynting theorem. No question paper you can find without this power and Poynting theorem. See, there are 4 questions which can be asked in unit number 4. So let's say question number 5 2 bits, question number 6 2 bits. Either you need to attempt first 2 or last 2. So either of these 4 questions you will get power and Poynting theorem in one of the question. If you don't get it here, you will get it in the unit number 6. So power and Poynting theorem, don't forget, this is most important bit of the topic, completely theoretical. Now if you can see why I'm asking you to prepare this particular unit, first of all because first 3 bits which we were dealing with, Faraday's law, translational, motional EMF, theory bit, displacement current, theory bit, power and Poynting theorem, once again a theory bit. Now if you prepare these 3 theory bits along with the Maxwell's equation, it's more than sufficient. No need to go for this retarded magnetic vector potential and application. You can skip this particular bit from your preparation. From this particular thing you can definitely get 15 to 16 marks, take my word. So this is very important. 50 marks question, so it will be 16 and 17, something like that contribution will be. So you just remember 16 18 or something like that, but you just remember to prepare these theory bits. Now I will go to time varying Maxwell's equation. I will just explain this Maxwell's equation to you and what are the different types of question which can be asked. See, if I go to this previous slide, this is just, if you remember this slide, you can write any Maxwell's equation at any time. Now what are these? These are only 4 equations which you need to remember. See, I have taken a snapshot from the book. Usually we start with this first Maxwell's equation. This is as our first Maxwell's equation. Del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T. If you do remember, in the previous video lecture I told you that this is a transformer EMF where del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T. This is derived from Faraday's law. So the first Maxwell's equation, you can write it in any sequence, but try to follow the one proper convention where you can write those Maxwell's equation from this particular equation as a start. So del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T. So this is a Faraday's law. Now see, whenever you find the equation in the differential form, we call this as a differential form or point form. I'll repeat, whenever you find any Maxwell's equation in differential form, the differential form is also called point form. And now wherever you get a cross, del cross, you just remember in the integral form it will come with a closed line, cross closed line. So closed line integral of E bar dot dl bar, the same vector E bar dot dl bar is equal to, just this minus dou by dou T is taken outside the integration with the integration running from over open surface B bar dot ds bar. See, remember this E bar dot dl bar is with respect to this del cross E bar. So this vector I am talking about, E bar. So closed line integral of the same vector with respect to line is minus dou by dou T of open surface integral B bar dot ds bar. So this is first Faraday's law. Now see, this is generalized form of Maxwell's equation. Now I will try to modify it. If someone asks you, if time is not varying, that means if I am talking about stationary field, if nothing is varying, see, if nothing is varying, del cross E bar, so nothing is varying means B bar is constant. So what is the derivative of constant? 0. So del cross E bar is equal to 0 you will get when I'm talking about stationary field. So if you just remember these four equations, you can write it for anything. So where as and where you are getting this differentiation, if you put that differentiation to 0, you will definitely get a stationary form of Maxwell's equation. That's it. So point form, integral form, time varying form, then stationary form, you can just understand looking at these four equations. So this first equation, del cross E bar, once again I will go back to this equation. So the first equation is del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou t, or which is equivalent to closed line integral E bar dot dl bar equal to minus dou by dou t of surface integral B bar dot ds bar. You have written this neatly and correctly. Verify this once again from your notebook, and if some corrections need to be made, make those corrections. The second Maxwell's equation, del cross H bar. Now this is electric field intensity, this is magnetic field intensity. This del cross H bar is magnetic field intensity, which is given by J bar plus dou D bar by dou T. Now what is this B bar? This is magnetic flux density. This is electric flux density. So on left hand side I have electric field intensity, on the right hand side I have magnetic flux density. On left hand side I have magnetic field intensity, on the right hand side I have electric flux density. Now this is a relation, these Maxwell's equations are correlating electric and magnetic field. That's why those are called electromagnetic equations or electromagnetic wave equations. So these four equations can definitely tell us, or these are the basics of wireless communication, as I told you earlier also, but try to understand this. In the examination, don't make any confusion that E bar and D bar. See, we know that E and D corresponds to electrostatic, E and D, and H and B corresponds to magnetostatic. So while writing this equation, make sure that you should not write E and D on two sides of this. It will not be satisfied. So while checking the paper, I observed one point, del cross E bar is equal to minus dou D bar by dou T. No, it is not possible. So electric field, it is a relation between electric field and magnetic field and electric field. So remember this thing. Now the second Maxwell's equation, coming back to the second Maxwell's equation, del cross H bar is equal to J bar plus dou D bar by dou T, and this J bar is called displacement. JD bar or J bar is displacement current density, which is the major contribution of Maxwell and which is the second theory bit of our unit also. So if you understand JD, so dou D bar by dou T. Now see, now cross means closed line, H bar dot dl bar is equal to open surface. Once again, this J or JD, you can remember it by anyways, JD plus dou D bar by dou T bracket close dot ds bar. This is Ampere circuit law. This is derived from Ampere circuit law of magnetostatic. Remember del cross E bar and del cross H bar. If you don't remember these two equations, your half of the marks are gone if this question is asked. And take my word, whenever I am talking about a Maxwell's equation in unit number 4, no paper can be complete without asking you to write a Maxwell's equation. So this Maxwell's equation will definitely be asked without 6 or 8 marks. So pointing theorem in one question and Maxwell's equation in another question, then you need to make a choice which question to attempt. But if fortunately both the questions are asked in one single question, so it's very easy to attempt those two questions. But this is very important. So del cross H bar JD bar plus dou D bar by dou T, you write it 2 or 3 times, try to understand the basics, and then don't just mug it up, try to understand and then come for the examination. And the third Maxwell's equation, I usually write this as first, this as second, this as third one. Del dot D bar equal to rho V. This is Gauss law. So del dot D bar equal to rho V. Now dot, when dot product is coming, when cross is coming, I was going for closed line. When dot is coming, I going for closed surface. So try to understand. Dot means closed surface. So surface integration, which is closed surface integration. So closed surface integration of the same vector d bar dot ds bar is equal to rho v dv. This is a Gauss law. You already know that. And last Maxwell's equation, fourth Maxwell's equation, anywhere you go, if you don't remember any of the equation, but if you remember just this equation which is constant throughout, del dot b bar is equal to 0, there is no subsequent changes in this equation whenever we are going from static field to the dynamic field or dynamic field to the its representation in polar form. Any form you go, del dot b bar remains 0 always. So close, once again, dot product closed surface, so closed surface integration of b bar dot ds bar is equal to 0. So try to remember these things in the detail, try to write those equations once again. If you just do these 4 questions, what are those questions? Faraday's law, translation and motional EMF, its numericals also, displacement current and Maxwell's equation. This is more than sufficient. But pointing, only one point is left, that is power and Poynting theorem. I hope I almost cover the entire unit, but one point is remaining, that is concept of retarded magnetic vector potential and application. You can leave that particular point, just do these points. So for unit number 4, these 2 videos will tell you more, and they are more than sufficient. If you have not written the assignment, it's your fault. Now you just collect those assignments from some of your friends who have written it in the neat manner. I will try to collect it from one of our student and I will give it to you if the time permits, definitely. But try to understand the prerequisite is you should be ready with your assignment, because see, the theory doesn't end here, because once this Maxwell's equation you understand, there are some numericals also you are supposed to solve on this Maxwell's equation, and I think I have taken 6 or 7 numericals in the classes, and some examples were given to you in the theory. Unit number 4, you should not skip a point except that retarded magnetic potential. If you just do these 5 points neatly and cleanly, definitely take my words, you are going to get 16 to 70 marks in the theory. Even I don't know what will be the form of examination. If online examination is taken on this backlog subject, definitely this Maxwell's equation will carry certain weightage in your online examination also. But I don't think the examination can be taken online, so you just prepare for both the cases. You just try to collect those. Now don't waste your time in writing the assignment writing time is already gone. Just try to reread and understand those concepts and be ready for this examination. In the next video lecture, I will come up with the unit number 5, the transmission line, and as per your request, my more focus will be on Smith chart and preparation strategies. I cannot cover each and every point in detail, but I will try to cover this Smith chart and will try to solve one numerical also on the Smith chart. But once again, the thing is that you should be ready with your class notebook also, because for the Smith chart almost 6 to 7 lectures I have taken, and I have given you the overall overview of this particular bit. Without this Smith chart, none of the question paper is complete, I personally feel. So if I being examiner, definitely one question on Smith chart in transmission line. So we will discuss about those points in my next coming lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and keep studying. Don't waste your time. Thank you very much.